Robert Richards, good lap. 39.117, top of the tree. Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yeah, good lap, bud.
Nice one, Robert.
Thank you.
Okay, drivers, no scrubbing tires. Everyone starts in second gear. We always go on the green. No three wides on the back stretch. Let's get everybody across the start line before we get too rambunctious. It's a 100-lap race. You're not going to learn to win it the first 1 or 2 laps. Cost yourself to win and most of you take out with you. So, hands up, guys. Drive smart. Cause an accident. All of them. Man, let's go. Okay, we get to your college fine. It's automatic thank you.
All right, you heard it from the man himself. That is Jimmy Crow Sr. And tonight we are here with the Crowsnest Indy League as we take the DW12's around Indianapolis. So getting into it right now, we're going to go through the gridding order here. On pole right now, let's see. It's going to have to wait till I start taking off here. It's been a little while with the IRTVO, but let's see what happens here. And of course, RTV is going to do its dumb stuff again. There we go, got it all figured out here. There we go, we're going to get the standings there rolling across right now. The Bud Steele starting first, Robert Richards second, Paul Crumrye third, Dave Lane fourth, Sam Hubbard fifth, Corey Lane sixth, David Addison, otherwise known as Hornet seventh, Mike Morrison eighth, Dwight Plash ninth, James Ledford, aka Sim Racer, 10th, Jim Brooks 11th, Michael Spell 12th, and then I think the rest of us that did not take times here. Also Joshua's 14th, Mitchell Wilkes 15th, Brian Kaufman 16th. You see the pace cars making its way around. I'm going to shut up here and we're going to get ready for the green flag here. Trying to knock some of the rust off of the old broadcast booth here. Pace car is in. Should see the green flag pop out here any second and we will get going here. Green flag is out, so 100 laps to go here. Let's see who is gonna make the moves here early and who's going to wait till later on. So far, a good clean start as they head off here through turn 1, through the dogleg into turn 2. See a lot of moving and shaking going on here on the back stretch. So far so good as they come around to the stripe. We're going to make our first lap clean and green here at Indy. I'm going to pop up here to a little bit of a higher view here so we can get a better view of the field. See a car a little bit down there on the grass. He was able to get back up on the track. We got one on the wall there. And listening to the radio comms there, that was the 199 getting into the wall there. A little bit of contact with another car. But we will remain green flag here at Indy as we are working lap 3 here out of 100. Right now we're looking here at standings here. So right now there's only 2 of us that are retired, me up here in the booth and Jimmy, who is running the show. See what these guys are getting for a lap time here, right around 40.8. A comparison here. Let's see, 8th to 9th right now. A 2-second gap back from Michael Taylor to Robert Richards. Now 9th to 10th, we see about a 2.7 gap. Now this is back from the leader here. So from 1st to 10th, it's only about a 2.7 second deficit as we are now working lap 5 should be. Yep, there it is right there. The gap extending out a little bit, almost 3 seconds. Take a look up here at the lead. This is the battle for the lead up here as they race down the backstretch into turn 3. Well, actually no, it's not. And there goes our TBO again, so let me get it back up. This thing is very temperamental. This is the reason why I stopped using it, but we'll get it fixed here in a second. Oh, and we got a wreck there on the backstretch, so that we'll be working our first caution, which is actually going to work good for me here. So lap 7, we are under our first caution here. So this will actually be perfect for me, so as they're under caution here, I can get this stuff off your screen. See everybody making their way down pit road. Wise decision here. While under caution, great time to get some tires and fuel now with these Indy cars. The time that it takes you to get 4 tires, you can easily get, well, in the time it takes to get fuel, you can easily get 4 tires. And my apologies if I look like a noob here, because it's been a while since I have messed with overlays. Trying to make it look as good as possible, though. There we go, get the ticker back up and going now. I'm gonna go up here in the chopper. Yeah, it looks like it might crash again here. Alright, there we go. And apparently our TVO just wants to keep being a pain in the butt. I'm gonna keep trying though. We're still under our first caution. This is definitely giving me some time to work with it. Alright, lights are out on the pace car, and we're about less than 2 miles away from taking the green flag here again, finishing up our first caution here right now. Drag that out of the way. There we go. Now we got our ticker back up. I'm just not gonna mess with a lot of these things. I'm just gonna leave things alone, and we're just gonna watch some awesome racing here with the Crowsnest. We're gonna go down here to TV2 now. We get ready here for the restarts. Pace car makes its way down on the pit lane. Field has to wait for the green, and they always start in second gear, so there's the green flag. We are back underway here, coming to lap 12 here out of 100. They make their way down the backstretch. Looks like we've got the 53 of Bud Steele challenging for the lead, and he's going to take it because he's got the help of the draft here. There's a lot of ducking and weaving here. Oh, big crash on the front stretch. That's our second one as we see cars flipping violently. So we are now working our second caution. I could have swore I said I was gonna quit messing around with these overlays, saying I don't understand them, or don't understand them, just rusty with them. But I keep trying to mess with them, but we're not going to anymore. Once again, everybody makes their way down pit road. And we keep losing our TVO, but I'm gonna keep plugging away at it here. The reason why I stopped using it a long time ago, because it came unsupported. ATVO, I just don't have the widgets. Plus, it's not like I do broadcasting all the time. I decided tonight would be a good night. Indy's Indy, but I like watching it more than I like racing it. Now, once again, I do apologize for all the RTVOs popping up. It keeps crashing on me, so I'm trying to keep it back up. We'll throw the ticker back up right now. Out front, we've got Jim Brooks, followed by Robert Richards, Corey Lane in third, Paul Crumrye fifth. Oh, nope. Looks like there's a change of Paul Crumrye in fourth, Andrew McMurray fifth. Well, we'll just wait for the cars to cross the line here as we see the 119 is going to come down pit road. Once the field crosses here, we'll go through the correct order. Alright, so looking at it right now, we still gotta wait for things to change out a little bit. There we go now. Everything has updated. Unless people come down pit road again, it will not change. Right now we're watching our leader here. Alright, for a current complete running order of the field, out front it is the Jim Brooks, followed by Robert Richards in seconds, Corey Lane in third, Andrew McMurray fourth, Paul Crumrye in fifth position, Mike Morrison in sixth right now, James Ledford in seventh, Michael Spell in eighth, Dave Lane ninth, Dwight Plesh is going to round out the top 10, David the Hornet Adamson in 11th, Bud Steele after watching that wreck there in 12th, Keanu Herrera in 13th, Joshua Sichterman 14th, Sam Hubbard 15th, Brian Kaufman 16th, Mitchell Wilkes 17th, Michael Taylor 18th, and that will do the field because the last two, me and Jimmy, as stated before, are both up in the tower here. The lights are out on the pace car, which means we are less than a lap away from restarting once again here. And looks like we actually have single file restarts, which is going to be interesting. Now, the way they do this, I like. With the single file restart, it's not staying a straight line behind the pace car. It's get up behind the wall, or get up along the wall. That way, if somebody passes you, they're passing to the inside, which is automatically a penalty. So once these guys get to probably the stretch between 3 and 4, they're going to get up by the wall here, as I just did hear over race comms that it is a single file restart, so everybody will be making their way up to that outside wall. And as they make their way into turn 3 here, we're going to see everybody start moving up. And once again, the reason for doing so is if you drop down below, you will get a passing under caution, which is a green flag stop, because you can only pass to the outside, not the inside. So as they make their way around turn 4, the pace car is going to get ready to dive down pit road, and Jim Brooks is going to lead us into this restart here. Pace car is down and away, waiting for the green flag to drop here, and we will take lap 17. There it is, green flag. We're back racing here. And looks like we had a little bit of a snafu on the restart. Saw some brake lockup. Seems like everybody's been able to gather it up. As we go to the camera that everybody hates, the Focus on Crashes camera. We see a lot of ducking and weaving there as we're getting some good draft up here for the battle for the lead. Now these DW12's, you can pretty much plant them anywhere on the track. The one spot you really don't want to do it is put those left sides down on the rumble strips, because it will get that car very, very aero loose. It looks like we might have a three-way battle brewing up here towards the front. You can see the typical dodge and weave there as they make their way down the front stretch here to complete lap 18. Slingshot in effect here down the front stretch. That time by Robert Richards with the lead, as he is to the inside of Jim Brooks. Now we're going to see him dart out. We see the draft dodge, but 3-on-1 might not be such a good thing here, as 3 cars can slingshot pretty well. As we approach quarter of the way through the race here, so far we've had 2 cautions, and we had a little bit of a mishap there on this last restart, but everybody was able to gather it up. It did split the field up a little bit, as right now we're focusing on roughly about the top 10 here. You can see on the scrolling ticker the difference there between 6th and 7th position. There's a 6.9 second gap. So you could tell kind of where the incident was during the restart. More of the draft dodge going down the backstretch here. Now this is the thing I love about Indy cars, breaking the draft. We see it all the time, even in the Cup cars at tracks like Michigan and Auto Club. You'll see people diving down, going up, just trying to break that draft. These Indy cars are very, very aero sensitive, and they will pick up that draft probably faster than well, I always go back to the K&Ns before iRacing kind of nerfed them down a little bit. The K&N used to be the best car out there as far as draft oval-wise, but you can't compare a DW12 to a stock car. So the suck-up rate on these cars is absolutely ridiculous. So you've got to do a lot of dodging, which is why it may look like these guys are out of control when you see them bouncing and weaving all over the place. They're getting runs, and in order to not run over the person in front of them, they have to brake right, brake left. As we see, they come in the front stretch. You see the little bit of twitching and moving around. That's to stay off. Now you can bump draft these cars, but you got to be very careful doing it. Looks like these guys are going to keep a nice, tight, organized pack going here as we head down the backstretch for the 24th time. More of that draft dodge into play here as we see, looks like the front pack has gotten a little bit bigger here now. As they head down the backstretch, it's going to be 3-on-3. Saw they're coming out on the front stretch. We had a nice example of the slingshot effect that these cars do have. We were about to be 3 wide there going into turn 3, wisely backing out. These cars are capable of doing it, but right now, the safest bet is 2x2 racing through the corners, but definitely you can go 3 wide on the front stretches. We are doing so right now. Still going to be, looks like it's going to be 2-on-3, but right there the draft creeps up, so it's going to be 3-on-3 once again, as the front 6 right here are all side to side. Oh, and we are now working our 3rd caution there. You guys saw it right there. Big wreck coming into the turn. Heavy damage there. You can see the rear end messed up, the entire nose pod gone, the wing gone. And it looks like that car is crab walking. So we are working our 3rd caution, and once again IRTBO is giving me an error. So while we're under caution, you can see this car crab walking in and spinning out as they come, I believe that's around turn 2 because of the pit road cones. Yes, that would be turn 2. I'm going to go ahead and reset IRTBO again. Hopefully we don't get another error. Once again, I do apologize for it looking rather amateur, but it has been a long time since I've been back in the booth. So tricky trying to get this out of the way. It's hard to see it when you can't really see your mouse. And it does look like the number 9 car has been disqualified from the race after bringing out that last caution. Listening to race chatter, he was just came off of a 30-day suspension, and looks like he might be making his way right back on that list. So there, this time I'm not gonna mess with the overlays until we get into the end stage of the race where we do like the results and that. I'm just gonna let the ticker do the scoring, because it seems like every time I try to touch something, it decides it wants to throw an exception. Now we jump up to the TV3 view here, which is almost in the spotter stands. Got a little bit of toilet paper on my nose up in the nosebleeds here, just so I don't get one. As once again we see everybody making their way down pit road. We're going to see different pit strategies play out here as we are working lap 32. Now we're going to go to the eye in the sky, the good old iRacing blimp here. Now we're going to go to News Chopper 4. It's actually right on board here. There we go. As we are riding on board with Andrew McMurray, we're currently sitting in P2. Corey Lane right now out front in the 999. Mike Morrison right now sitting in the 3rd spot. Of course, everything is going to be messed up a little bit from what I'm looking at on the driver tab versus what we see on the scrolling ticker. Oh, and there we go with the error again as I try to switch to another cockpit view. So once again, you're going to see my mouse going across the screen. Oh, actually no. Wait, there it goes. It's going to switch around though as we are on focus to crashes. You see drivers making their way down onto pit road. And for the 800th time, I am moving these controls around again. Hop back on the TV2 view here. Take a good look at the field here as we see the couple cars making their way off of pit road. Lights are out on the pace car, which means we will be restarting here on lap 34. We are only working our third caution, and Indianapolis with these cars is no joke. So 3 cautions. I mean, if any of you have ever participated in the iRacing Indy 500 or watched one, you know that these cars and this track, which now they run the IRL 18s, used to be the DW12's, they were always caution-plagued races. But as the pace car is getting ready to go, everybody's going to line up against the wall for a single-file restart. All right, pace car is going to make its way down pit road. We're going to let the 999 of Corey Lane lead us to the restart. Green flag is back out, lap 34. We're back underway here at Indianapolis with the iRacing Crowsnest Indy League, where tonight we're running the Indy cars at Indianapolis. There's a lot of Indies in one sentence. Looks like everybody got off to a good start so far. Now hopefully, since this time we didn't see the little snafu there at the start, that the majority of the field can kind of stick together and we'll see a lot more cars trying to battle for the same real estate. We get a great shot there of the field as they run down the back stretch. A little bit of 3 wide there going into turn 3. And at the line, who's going to get it? You see a little bit of blinking there. That's another thing that I don't like that iRacing introduced. And it's a newer thing from the last build, is right now we're looking at David Adamson, aka the Hornet. Secret agent, man. iRacing introduced a thing where when a car blinks out or disappears, when it reappears, it leaves tire marks and smoke, which when that first started happening, we all would freak out and jam on the brake pedal thinking that there was a wreck, when in fact it was just iRacing registering the car coming back on the track, leaving tire marks and smoke. But if you see blinking and you see just little puffs of smoke and there's not cars flipping and flying all over the track, you know it's just a connectivity issue and nothing to worry about. So we still have a very nice battle going on up front here. 6-car battle. Behind that we see another pack of 4, and then behind that another 2. So looking at from the leader back to, let's get a 10th position. There is a 6.1 second gap from 1st to 10th. See a little bit of the draft work in the backpack there, but these front guys here are continuing to slug it out as they fly off into turn 3. Now these guys are hitting speeds in excess of 220 miles an hour going into these corners. You see right there the 53 of Bud Steele, that yellow, or not yellow, the white and orange car making the move around Hornet as they come onto the backstretch. Bud started on outside pole tonight and unfortunately was involved in the second caution. So it's good to see him making his way back up to the front right now, as he is sitting currently in the 5th spot, as he's battling right now for 4th, as he's going to take it away for right now. But as they head down the front stretch, it's going to be anybody's game. So right now he will retain the position. And actually, that is not 4th position, excuse me. Bud right now is being scored 1 lap down. So that right there was the battle for, well, not the lucky dog, but a wave. But since there are no lucky dogs in this race, just wave around. So right now, Bud hanging on, showing on the driver tab in 12th position, but we'll see how correct that is when the scoring comes around. And it is correct that he is in 12th position. He's trying the good old-fashioned way to get that lap back, and he's doing a really good job, because right now he is sucked in right behind the leader as they fly down the backstretch. Can Bud get his lap back the old school way? Right now we look at the lap lead counter here right now. The 12 of Robert Richards leading the most so far with 12. Corey Lane in the 999 with 10. Andrew McMurray with 7. Paul Crumrye leading 3, as well as Bud Steele, and Jim Brooks in the 76 leading 6 laps. So that'll consist of what we've got so far. As we are nearing the halfway point, we will be 8 laps away here at the line. Now we switch over to the most exciting camera instead of the focus on Crash's one. And we're going to drop back down to TV2 here to get a better view on the track. It does appear that it looks like a few of the guys now have made it around the leader here, so they're going to get their lap back. Bud Steele included. So the 999 of Corey Lane letting the 2 lap cars get around, which is actually going to work for him, seeing how that'll give him the ability to slingshot. Is right now the 117 of Andrew McMurray sitting in 2nd spot. As we see now, we got a battle going on between the 2 cars that got moved around and the lap cars here. Now either way, this will work as an advantage, because as long as you've got these 5 cars here, all 5 of them can slingshot as many times as they want to make the passes, and more importantly, keep the speed going. You can stay behind a car, but you're going to have to lift. If you can, what we call leapfrog it, is you'll see one of the drivers get a run like right there. You see Bud, he's going to jump to the outside. When they get a run, that's what we call leapfrogging. That's how you maintain pace here. You keep the speed up. You just continuously keep swapping positions, and then obviously once we get down into the closing laps and obviously the last lap, it's every man for himself. But right now, everybody willing to play along here nicely, as we see right there in frame. I do believe that is the entire field. But still out front, the 999 of Corey Lane. As we see Andrew McMurray in 2nd, he was able to lead another lap, which gave him now 7 laps. at the stripe that time. Give it to the 999 of Corey Lane. He's going to lead another lap here as we are now only 3 laps away from halfway here at Indianapolis with the Crowsnest Racing League. I run with these guys all the time, and I know the actual league name, but it just sounds better to say Racing League. I mean, these guys have so many races. I know it's over 100 races, 12 weeks, 9 different championships. They run pretty much 7 days a week. They run the DW12's, the FW31's, the Pro 2's, the Pro 4 off-road trucks. We run the Xfinities, the Monster Energy cars. Pretty much anything that you could think of, we race it. Super late models on Sundays. Unfortunately, that's the one I do not get to take part in, seeing how that's the night that I race in Die Hard, which is obviously where I got my name from, but another story there. I'd love to run the Super Late Model Series with them, but I am trying to run for a points championship in the Cup Series. And as we come to 2 laps to halfway here, at the line, nothing is going to change. You see those 2 cars have kind of backed off, and now we've still got the pack of 5 here. That's the car on the inside is the 3 of Paul Crumry, and on the outside of him is the 53 of Bud Steele. Whoa, we see right there, it looked like the 117 of Andrew McMurray getting a little bit of the grass there. He was exiting the corner, but as they cross the line again, it'll be another lap led for the 999 of Corey Lane. Right now, Paul and Bud both fighting to stay on the lead lap. As much as I don't want to say it, seeing how it'll be halfway next time by right now, a caution would be what the 53 and the 3 would want, but I do believe in the testing I got around 28 laps of fuel, so you got to figure green flag pit stops are going to be a big factor the longer we stay clean and green here, which I hope we do the rest of the race, because that way we can see some interesting strategy calls being made, and hopefully the race being won on the right pit strategy versus cautions in a possible green-white checker attempt. Looks like at the line that time. Give that one to the 117. On that time, the 84 of Sean Hubbard leading his 8th lap. So you see the 53 of Bud Steele in the wall there. Contact with the 84, and that will bring out our 4th caution of the race. Unfortunate to see that happen to Bud. He fought hard to get his lap back, and now contact between the 84 and the 53. We saw right there as the camera started to pan away. Looked like the 53 was going to start doing a wall ride there, the good old Martin Truex. So there was no contact, actually. Listening to race comms, that was just an arrow right there that sent the 53 up to the wall. No, they're reversing the call here. That was contact between the 84 and the 53. So out of the 18 cars that fielded the race here, we still have 15 in the running. All right, so the ruling on the field was there was no actual contact. There was just a little bit of movement on the bottom line up and a little bit from the top line down. So it's just ruled as a even though there was no actual contact, there was an arrow. The 84 will be getting an EOL penalty. You see everybody making their way down pit road. Nope. Looks like we got some lap cars that are gonna have to come around one more time before they can pit. So you can see right now 47 laps remaining here as we've reached the halfway point, and my favorite point right there when we stop counting the laps up and start counting them down. Unfortunately, with the two faster pairs, if it's not just a little bit of cosmetic fix for the 53 of Bud Steele, they're going to have to take that machine behind the walls. He has used his two faster pairs, as unfortunately he was collected in both incidents we had earlier on in the race. While we're under caution, we're going to switch to the cockpit camera and ride around with these guys. Right now we are riding along through the various spots in the field here. We see the 84 there. He is going to be getting the EOL penalty. Normally my strategy here, there's what I do. I roll around in 6th gear versus running around in a lower gear like we see here in 3rd gear. Try to save as much fuel as you can under caution. Riding right behind in the 17 of Andrew McMurray. So you see the 999 of Corey Lane in front of him, still our race leader. And right now the track temp is 69 degrees, so it's grip for days right there on the track. Riding on board with the race leaders. He's staring at the back end of Brett Bodine there in the iRacing Mustang pace car. So we're looking for the lights on the pace car to go out this time by, and hopefully we'll be 1 lap away from restarting with 43 laps to go here. I would have loved to see that one run green though, so we could have seen some green flag stops. Hopefully we will get. I know they will have to pit one more time. They cannot make it on fuel. I do believe it was 28 laps, and that was just running solo. So it's going to come down to fuel management, and if they stay green, it's definitely going to come down to knowing when to pit and making the right play call here, as we're looking for the lights to go out as the iRacing pace car crosses the line. They will do so. It's 1 to green. We will restart this race with 43 laps remaining. Right now, Corey Lane out front, Andrew McMurray seconds. We're riding along with him. The 12 of Sam Hubbard third, Robert Richards, third, David Adamson fourth, fifth is Dave Lane, sixth Michael Speld. Wow, they got this thing all messed up. Of course, everybody's got to get, because of the EOL penalty, everybody's got to get the line back up, right? Corey Lane with the lead, 17 of Andrew McMurray, second, 12 of Robert Richards, third. The 007 Secret Agent Man, the Hornet, David Adamson, fourth. Dave Lane, fifth. Michael Spell, sixth. Paul Crumrise, seventh. Mike Morrison, eighth. Brian Kaufman, ninth. Sam Hubbard's going to round out the top 10. James Ledford, 11th. Dwight Plush, 12th. Joshua Sichterman, 13th. Jim Brooks in the 76. 14, and Bud Steele's going to round out the field here. Right now we have the 199 of Joshua Sichterman being the lucky dog, 1 lap down, and Jim Brooks and Bud Steele both down 2 laps. So we're going to go back to the exterior views here because we're getting ready as the pace car makes its way around turn 4. Getting ready to drop down on pit road, and these boys are about to have at it again. So pace car is down and away. The 999 of Corey Lane going to lead us to this restart here. Green flag is out. 43 laps to go here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And we see the 45 of Dave Lane right there, that red and white car, the Dr. Pepper machine. Always love that. Love Dr. Pepper, and Dave right there is the setup man. If there's anything that we need a setup for, Dave is the man. So shout out to him right there in the 45. Because right now we did have a switch for the lead. The 17 of Andrew McMurray got around the 999 of Corey Lane, as well as the 12 of Robert Richards. The 999 is going to drop back to third. But we all know that is only a temporary thing, as these guys are going to be getting up to speed in the draft in 6th gear. Anything is possible. I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys are just going to want to race clean. So for the time being, I don't think we're going to see too many aggressive moves. We're just going to see a lot of dipping and dodging, trying not to hit each other, and keeping the speed up here as the laps are starting to wind down, as there'll be 41 at the line. If you're just joining us, folks, we are live here with the Crowsnest Racing League here as they take on Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the DW12's. We are 41 laps remaining out of a 100-lap race here. I do believe the caution count stands at either 4 or 5 right now, but it'll be 40 to go here as they cross the line. And it looks like we're going to have a battle between the 12 and the 17 as to who's going to lead that lap. And that one will go to the 17 of Andrew McMurray. That is his 10th lap led of the race. Robert Richards with 12, Corey Lane with 16, Sam Hubbard with 10, Paul Crumry with 3, Bud Steele also with 3. And that will make up all the laps that we have turned so far here at this giant 2.5 mile track in beautiful Indianapolis, Indiana. At the line that time, once again, it'll be the 17 of Andrew McMurray leading his 11th lap of the race. So you can see the field starting to group back up together here. We got the front three, but then we've got this much bigger pack back here making their way up to the front. Right there, that black and green car, that is David Adamson, aka the secret agent man in the Hornet. Now, if these guys can stay lined up like this, they should be able to catch those front three like nothing. As long as they time their slingshots right, they should be able to keep the momentum and be able to get in range of the draft, as it does appear that the gap is closing between them, as we see a lot of these guys start to duck and weave on the backstretch trying to break that arrow. And you can see now that they are definitely catching the front three. As we see the 53 of Bud Steele made his way back out on track. He is off pace a little bit, so he's going to stay high and allow these guys to go by on the low side. That will put Bud down 3 laps now. But still good to see the 53 back out on track. And it looks like he might have got a piece of the wall there, as he did in fact. And he is able to get that machine refired. Listening to the race chatter there, that was just due to the damage on the 53. As we see right there, the 007 of David Adamson giving a little bit of a bump draft there going down the front stretch. But back to the situation with the 53, that incident that we saw right there coming off of turn 2, you can see the skid marks right there at the end of the turn. That was just due to the damage that he sustained and not having any of those quick repairs left. Unfortunately, I think that might have sealed the deal there for Bud, and he might be done for the night, which is very unfortunate because I have a blast racing with him. He's one of the fastest guys, especially in these cars, in the RL 18s, and he is the defending Indy 500 champion here with the Crowsnest. So tough break to see him down and out tonight, but there is always next race. And as they come to make 34 laps to go here, who is going to get the 0.4 lap lead there? That'll be the 999 of Corey Lane as he leads his 17th lap of the race here. Now, leading laps is fun and all, but actually now as we see the positions switch up, we get the 3 of Paul Crumry in the mix there on the bottom. Paul with 7 laps led. Leading laps is one thing, but leading the last lap is all that really matters. So we see at the line, 999 trying to make the crossover, but is he going to make it stick at the line, or is the number 3 going to get another lap led? And the 3 of Paul Crumry will lead another lap. That'll be his 8th so far of the night as he continues to stay out ahead of the 999 and the 17. We're actually going to focus here on the battle for the lead. See how it is heating up a little bit, but you can see Paul's no stranger to being out in the front with these cars. He's very, very quick as well, just like Bud Steele. And there we see the draft dodge. Ooh, almost contact with the outside pit wall there. but he will lead another lap. That'll make it 9. Corey Lane still holding on to the most laps led so far with 17. Paul looking to challenge that. He's got some laps to go to make up or tie that distance, but now that he's back on the lead lap, it's anybody's ball game, as they will have to make one more pit stop as long as they stay green. So here we go. Looks like it's going to be a drag race to the line here. Who's going to get it? That time it'll go to the 999, so he will extend that to 18 laps now. So we see the 3 of Paul make his way back to the front. This is going to be a temporary move as we're going to see the leapfrogging going on. He has now made it to where Paul's got to get 9 laps led to tie the 999 as they make their way in the short chute through 3 and 4. They're going to come around to the front stretch. Let's see if Corey dips that nose out there and tries to lead a lap here, as he does have the 17 of Andrew McMurray behind him as well. And now it's an 8 lap, as the 3 is going to lead that lap, so they'll give him his 10th. And unfortunately, we just heard word over the radio that the 53 of Bud Steele, who you can see down there on the inside, is done for the night. That will leave 14 cars in the running here. 14th right now being showed as the 76 of Jim Brooks, 2 laps down, and in 13th the 199 of Joshua Sichterman, only 1 lap down. So if we do get a caution, the 199 will be in line for that, as Paul right now is on a mission. He just led another lap here, so only 7 more to tie with Corey for most laps led, and I think Paul's going to try and go for more than just that. I think he's going to go for the W here tonight. I wouldn't rule out that 999 though. He has been fast all night, as well as the 17. All 3 of those drivers have we got green flag pit stops going on. The 3 of Paul Crumry bringing it down pit road. This should be his final stop, so that will hand the lead back over to the 999. Now that we saw the 3 come down, it's going to be who's coming down pit road next. Usually when you start seeing one of the leaders peel off down pit road, it's not very long before we see the accordion effect and everybody starts making their way down pit lane. Right now, position change. The 17 of Andrew McMurray is going to take the lead, as him and the 999 are going to stay out. So give Andrew McMurray his 12th lap led of the race here tonight, as it's now down to 27 laps to go. These drivers still do need to make one more pit stop. The 3 of Paul Crumry has already done so, so he is good to go on fuel. And hearing through the radio, they're talking about the only way that they're going to catch these front 2 guys is if they alternate, which is the leapfrogging I was talking about earlier. And once again, the 17 leading his 13th lap of the race. Right now they are talking about leapfrogging. We got another drag race here at the line. Give that one to Corey Lane. That's his 20th lap led of the race here. We got 25 to go here. The laps wind down, we wonder who is going to be the next one to bring it down pit road. My bet is we see both the 999 and the 17 come down here within the next 5 laps. 17 is coming down. So Corey Lane is going to hold on to the lead right now, but now with him being a solo car, he's going to be a lot easier to catch by these next 2 cars. Let's see. The 17 doing his pit stop right now. Let's see what the time is going to be on that one. 7.8 seconds, and he is down and away. That is his second pit of the race. Right now, Corey Lane on pit road, so that's going to cycle things around here as the 12 of Robert Richards is going to be your new leader. There you see the battle for the lead between the 12 of Robert Richards and the 84 of Sam Hubbard. Behind that, we've got the 88 of Michael Spell. Behind that in 4th, the 45 of Dave Lane. David Adamson, 007, sitting in 5th position. Now, Corey Lane on pit road had a 8.1 second stop. Right now, still 10 cars on the lead lap. So 21 laps remain here at Indianapolis. Hearing talks over the radio about pit stops here. Some of the drivers waiting as long as possible to stretch it out there and gain as much track position as they can get. Be 20 to go at the stripe. Right now what we're seeing is going to be a leapfrog here between the 84 and the 12. That was planned. So Robert Richards with 15 laps led, Sam Hubbard with 11. Now what they're going to do is you're going to see the 12 get up behind the 84, and he's going to dip to the inside right there, get the run, and that right there, folks, is a leapfrog. Now you'll see the switch over again between the 2 cars after they exit off the 4. See the 84 get the run, and he'll go to the inside, get the run. And then once they clear it again, they're going to do it. The 12 will swap positions again, and this is how they will stay fast. So Robert Richards leading 16 laps now. So we're under 20 to go. It'll be 18 at the line. You see the slingshot going on again now as the 84 is going to dip low. They come down the back stretch. We get the 84 to the inside. They're both working together, leapfrogging, slingshotting, whatever you want to call it. There's multiple terms for it. They are executing it quite well. score that one to the 12 as he's going to lead his 18th lap, now tying. Well, not tying because the 999 Corey Lane with 21 laps led. He has led the most laps out of any driver here, but Robert Richards trying to get that. But we got word right here that the 12 and the 84 will both be coming down pit lane this time. So look for your leader and second place to come down here and make their final pit stop with 16 laps to go. It looks like we're going to have third place coming in as well. That is the 88 of Michael Spell. So that will hand the lead over to, updates here, the 48 of James Ledford. And that will give second spot over to the 44 of Dwight Plesh. You see they make their way down the backstretch here. James there in the National Guard car. Now me and Dwight do have a history when it comes to stock car oval racing. It seems like every time me and him get hooked up together, we always usually go to the front. Very easy to draft with, holds a great line. All right, so we just got word from the leader. I do believe that the 48 is going to be coming down pit road. See, he is down low. He is coming down, so that is going to be your leader coming down for his last stop, which is going to hand the lead over to the 44 of Dwight Plesh, I do believe. Right now, James still being scored as the leader, so it'll be interesting to see what track position does here. As you see, the jack is up. We're back on the 999 here, Corey Lane, who's being scored as our race leader, so he's going to continue to stack on laps here. As we are down to the wire, 14 laps to go here. See there the 48 making his way off of pit road. It looks like we saw a little bit of smoke there off the turn too, but it doesn't appear to be anything serious. We look out front, we see the 999 at Corey Lane behind him, 0.8 seconds back, the 3 of Paul Crumry, followed by the 12 of Robert Richards, the 17 of Andrew McMurray, the 88 of Michael Spell. Right now, Corey is enjoying the open air as well as the 3 of Paul. He's going to try and leech onto that draft, which he should have enough to where he can get up there, but their main concern right now is that pack of 3 cars that's coming up behind them very quickly. This is going to turn into a multi-car battle here within the next couple laps. So if I was the 999 and the 3, I'd be enjoying the solitude right now, because it's going to get a little bit hectic here in a few laps once these next 3 guys leech onto the draft, and it becomes a 5-car battle for the lead. But we are getting down to the wire. It'll be 11 to go at the line. See if we can finish this under green flag. They do have green-white checker attempts. Let's hope they don't have to use them though. So you can see now those 3 cars are getting a lot closer to the back of Crumry's number 3 machine. I did notice that one of those cars was occasionally blinking, so that might adversely affect them a little bit. as we see the leapfrog going. We do see the gap starting to close there between the 3 and the 999. Paul is latching onto that draft, but if I was him, I'd also be mirror driving too. I'd be watching those 3 cars behind, as it's now 10 laps to go here as Corey Lane leads his 25th lap of the race. So he has led a quarter of this race so far. Let's see if he can hang on to it here, as we will be down into single-digit laps next time by. Really doesn't appear that those 3 cars are any match for these front 2 here. Every time I think they're gaining ground, they lose it, but you could definitely see that 3 machine is, well, not is, he has caught onto the back of the 999, as now Corey's going to have some pressure here in the form of Paul Crummer as they come off of turn 2. This might open it up for those 3 cars, but as of right now, it's a side-by-side battle between the 3 of Crummer and the 999 of Lane. As Lane gets a little loose there on the apron, great job saving it. That is going to give Paul the room he needed to get around and get out front, but once again, amazing save. I talked about it earlier. You do not want to get those left sides down on that rumble strip. It will upset the car. But amazing car control by Corey Lane, keeping it under control and minimizing the time lost. He is once again back side-by-side racing for the lead here against the 3 of Paul Crummer, who has led his 12th lap of the race. Now that there has allowed these 3 cars to gain a little bit of ground. But I cannot emphasize how much of an amazing save that was. It may not have looked like it, but if that was any other driver, I'm pretty sure we would see, we would have been under caution there. That was a great save. I just can't stress that one enough. That'll be 13 laps in the books for Paul, 26 for Corey. All right, now Paul is tied with McMurray, who is running right now in 4th, both with 13 laps led apiece. Sitting between the 12 of Robert Richards with 18 laps led. This race is shaping up to be a very interesting finish here. So there'll be 6 laps to go this time when they cross the stripe. As we see the duck and the top out there on the front stretch. Crummer will lead that lap. That will be his 14th of the night here, as it'll be 5 to go next time around. And we see that 2 of those 3 cars have caught up, so it is now possibly 5 now. Definitely 2 cars. So now it's going to be a 4-car battle for the lead, but once again, there's that one that disappeared, and he just reappeared, and you saw that giant cloud of smoke there. That right there as a driver scares the daylights out of you, but now we have a 4-car battle for the lead as the 5th car is trying to get the last little bit of draft there. He should be able to do so with 5 laps to go, but we have completely flipped this one upside down. It was just a 2-car battle. Now it is a 4 and will possibly be a 5. 5 cars, 5 laps to go. Let's see if they can hold it together. As they barrel down the backstretch, we're going to see some crossover moves happening here. So you see Corey backing off there to get that run off the corner. We see Paul, he's going to dip to the inside to try to break the draft. But once again at the line, that'll be his 16th lap led, as now they're side by side coming off of turn 1 through the short chute into turn 2. 3 laps to go at the line, and right now it's going to be a 5-car battle for who wins this. We got 2 of the fast drivers out front, the 3 and the 999, but Can't rule out the 12 or the 17, as they have both led more than 10 laps tonight here. But the clear leader so far, the 999 of Corey Lane with 26th. That time by Cromer led his 17th lap of the race. We got 97 laps in the books. So you see down the back stretch a little dodging and weaving. Who's going to go where? Are they going to force 3 wide? Nobody knows what's going to happen here until it happens here. But this is something to watch right here, folks. If you just now tuned in, you tuned in at the right time. We got 2 laps to go this time at the stripe, as we've got a challenge for the lead between the 17 and the 3. Paul Cromer still with the lead, 17 in the books. Things getting a little bit dicey here now. Ooh, you see there that Corey got a little bit of the grass there. Good thing it wasn't the rumble strip. That's twice we've seen him flirt with danger a little bit. And unfortunately, that is going to move him back a few spots. The 4th position is right now. The white flag is going to come out. One more time around here. Can the 3 of Paul Cromer hold on and take the victory here at Indianapolis Motor Speedway? Or will we see the 17, the 999, the 12, or the 88 potentially even pull something out here? Right now, Paul looking like he's got some clean sailing, but they still have 2 corners to go. Can he hang on? They come to turn 4 for the final time. Who's going to make the move at the line? It's going to be the 3 of Paul Cromer. So that is your race winner right there, the 3 of Paul Cromer. 19 laps led in the books. That was one hell of a finish right there. All right, so with that there, let's bring up the results here. And of course, it's going to show something stupid. Go figure. It's all Russians. That's set for multi-class, but the way it's going to go, according to my scoring, Paul Cromer with the race win, Robert Richards 2nd, Andrew McMurray 3rd, Corey Lane 4th, Michael Spell 5th, Sam Hubbard 6th, Dave Lane 7th, James Ledford 8th, Dwight Plesh 9th, Brian Kaufman's going to round out the top 10, Mike Morrison 11th, the 199 of Joshua Sichterman 12th, and rounding out the field in 13th will be, showing the 76 of Jim Brooks in 13th. 14th will be the 007 of David Adamson, Bud Steele, after a disappointing night. 15th place there, as we see our leader burning it down. The word is 4 cautions for 100 laps. As we see, it's being burned down right now. The news is going to come down to the last 10 laps, and that was definitely an awesome finish. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I enjoyed being up in the booth for once. We all know Darrell Waltrip retired, and kind of feel like I got my little energy W going on, but once again, it was a blast to call this race. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.